Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another night, morning, or afternoon of the Questionable Perspective Podcast. I am your host, FGC Chris, here with my co host, Mr. phdjeshua. How are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Doing well, doing well. Trying to avoid all these homecoming blockages.
Yes. Homecoming events. I had to deal with one last weekend. Good luck getting out of your driveway. I
Mm,
couldn't.
luckily, it's still, I think it's going on in period right now. So, 'cause my wife she had a headache trying to get back home because it was so much stuff blocked off.
Yeah, 5 minute drive turns into an hour, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, what do we have on tap tonight, sir?
Oh, well. There was a leak that happened back in, uh, it was earlier this year? Or I think it was earlier this year, last year. I believe this year we'll go with that. And Game Freak had a major data breach. And from what I remember reading, it was due to an employee falling for a phishing scam. And so you had about a terabyte of data taken. We're talking internal messages, memos, beta sprites from like Gen 3 through 5, more uh, Gen 10 spoilers, map editors for some of the older games, just important files to semi-important files, and even apparently the original lore for some Pokemon like Typhlosion. I love Typhlosion back from Gen 2, but apparently if I was to read any of this lore on YouTube, it'd be too spicy. It, it's like reading a fan fiction from Tumblr or somewhere else. And what some people are like, this is weird and crazy. I was like, yeah, fan fictions are weird. I was not expecting this from the devs though. The whole lore that you can go read online if you find it. I'm not
Well,
posting it or showing it.
there's a
Reads
lot of
like,
it's kind of. I'm about to say a lot of it seems to be based on like you know ancient Japanese story, like Tanukis and stuff like that, like interacting
yeah,
with humans.
yeah. It's like that. It's like reading Greek mythology, basically. That's that's one way to put it. Some of it is definitely weird, but what I will show off is something. This is kind of randomly plucked, uh, pictures and images and such, folks. So we're not going to show everything. So, but do mind we're not showing anything of Gen 10 spoilers or anything of like prototype games that are still in development. Anything that we show on here is this is this stuff's like over 20 years old at this point. So the first thing is sprites. Oh, give me a moment. Let me I meant send this to you, Mr. Chris, so you can see it. But this is sprites that were in Gen 2, actually. You might recognize some of these. Now, we're going to go into this a little further. Some of these concepts changed, some of these didn't. But over here on the top left was basically the Lunicolo's early evolution. That didn't really change much. Some of these were other variants that were used as a concept later on. I don't know what this was supposed to be. The bottom to the very like bottom left looks like Blaziken or Latios combined. That's
Oh, the one
torch.
that looks like it has like a skull
It
on
looks
top,
like
like it.
it looks like a jet, a flying Pokemon of some kind. That one that got turned into Blaziken and later Latios. Because all of these right here are just beta designs. Now, just to go over here to the right for a second, the Ninjask stuff is hilarious to me because this Pokemon is based on the cicada, and the bottom one is the shell. That looks horrifying. Oh, it is. It is something of nightmares.
And then they have look like a raccoon that I guess they didn't ever come up with a chain, or they left it the same, I guess.
Its design did stay the same, but changed a bit. Zigzagoon, I believe, is what its early form.
Official
Or
title.
yeah, and this one the looks like a pine cone with leaves evolving into this palm tree one. This Pokemon actually came in Sun and Moon, but it never had a pre-evolution or anything. Then we got the Claydol version here. Claydol never really changed much. It was a lighter tone though, but a lot of these are give you an idea of what they're experimenting with in like Gen 2 and Gen 3 kind of stuff.
Mm,
Now,
kind of. I don't know about the one at the top though.
which one, the
That's
top
kind of
left or top right?
the one that looks like a little girl and then turns into like a sexy plant. Looks like.
That is not even. What? What is wrong with you? You've been reading those fan fictions, haven't you?
Yeah, no, it's just like it's like a little. It's like a almost like a little kid or a teddy bear, and then it kind of transforms into like this seductive flower in the face.
So, like I said, these are early designs. these were something else. All right, now on to the next thing. This is if anybody ever played the like X and Y, y'all remember the Kalos War they showed off? I'll send that to you, Mr. Chris. Sorry, I meant to send you all this earlier. This is the scene that they did. Oops. Now we'll open this into a wider screen because this Pokemon that's like at the very top, I forget what this one's name is, but the ancient trainer you fight like towards the end, this was his Pokemon he was trying to bring back, trying to use like Zekrom and what's the other one called from Y? Forget its name. But for this is actually pretty cool artwork. I don't know why they never like showed this to the public or whatever in like higher detail. But I mean, you got Gyarados, Talonflame, Salamence, Steelix back there, Solrock, Lunarock. There's a not Weavile. Oh, what is it? Obama Snow, Magnemite, and Magneton in the back there. So, I think it's a Swallow in the back. I almost thought it was a Murkrow. But, I mean, so much stuff was leaked out of this. But what's even crazier, besides this like key art we see here, there was key arts of the box themselves, like for printing. Like there was Japanese versions, English versions. I mean, this was over a terabyte of data that got stolen and then just dropped. So there are people still like combing through this information still, but I believe, and some people are telling me no, nothing's going to happen to the gaming market. I'm like, there will always be fakes of the games out there, but they'll have like convincing boxes now, even more now. Because the one file I did see, I think was for, I believe it was Crystal version in Japanese and Leaf Green as well. Like, I mean, these were like printable files. Like, and you fold out the box. And I mean, you had the original map editor too. It was amongst those files. So you're going to see some like probably cool ROM hacks later on down the line. Some of these games now, because they just have the original map editors. Just drop the stuff in there now. Remote now, mind you, I don't condone trying to find this data or anything, but good luck to you if you find it.
I'll say, well, most people use just emulators nowadays. And this
Yeah,
this stuff is like, I think what 10, 20 years old.
some of it is, some of it isn't.
It's kind of weird, but it's kind of like, well, it's probably just concept stuff people were messing around with, and when they took it to the boss was just like, get the hell out my office.
Some of it not. Uh, But like I said, some of those lore things we were reading, it's like, what the hell were they thinking when they wrote this damn stuff?
Yeah, the name is Game Freak.
You're right. They were really putting the freak in it too. Um, Another thing here. This is the original X and Y. Let me send this to you real fast, Mr. Chris. Yes, I know some of the comments go like, "You should have already had this done ahead of time." Forgive me. It's been a long day.
We're working on it. We're taking under advisement.
That's what I said in one of the other ones. This is the like the opening sequence, the storyboard of it, which is actually really cool. Like I love seeing stuff like this. You
Yeah,
just
when
see. Go ahead.
like the Pokeballs came from like another world, and the Pokemon.
That's like one game I think said like a Pokemon came from another world, like the Ultra Beast. That was in Sun and Moon. Came from another dimension.
Oh no, in the leaks they were saying about, well, it was the ancient Pokemon that was split into two and had gave birth to two different Pokemon, and that's what spawned the Pokemon race.
I think so. I have not read that. Like I said, there's so much you that probably is one of the
And
weird concepts.
it's like, yeah, I think they literally have run out of stuff to turn into Pokemon.
I don't know. There's
I
still
I
some
I,
stuff.
I can't remember which one it was, which was a Pokemon that pretty much looked like it was literally like a trash bag.
Yeah, Tribbish.
I'm
Don't be
like, yeah,
making fun of Tribbish.
you have officially run out of ideas when you're turning the trash bag into a Pokemon.
No, just have trash turns into a Pokemon. I mean, look at coughing and then wheezing. I remember when that thing first dropped, I think it was hilarious to me. Also cool. And then when you get the Galarian form from Sword and Shield, darn thing looks like it has top hats.
There's always been a couple like weird Pokemon designs.
We know Digimon's a bit weirder. It's like, hey, this is a cat. It'll evolve into a cat. Nope. Turns into an angel woman. It's like, I was not expecting that. As
Mm,
y'all can see the storyboard, the explanation. Actually, really,
eh,
really cool stuff in these sequences. But
and I apologize for Joshua's previous comments.
Joshua,
Jeshua.
that's right. Get it right. Don't make me come
I
over there.
apologize. We don't need the Digimon fans coming after.
You keep on. All right. And in this one, this is kind of getting into the newer game. Hopefully, we don't get hit with anything about Pokemon Legends Arceus. Like, if you remember, like, Mystery Dungeon or whatever, that had, like,
hmm
items you could find. This is going over how Legends was like designed maybe to be have buried items as a feature, which sounds
Yeah,
very interesting.
that would have been cool.
This what I'm reading this sounds kind of like almost
Power
okay.
Worldish.
No. It's reading sort of like Death Stranding there for a moment. Cause like in Arceus or in Legends Arceus, you had temporal distortion, so you'd get other Pokemon that were like from the future that wouldn't be in the Kalos region normally, or the past, like the fossil Pokemon. So this would change items and quantity and such. Very interesting. But I mean, this is a scrapped idea, but I mean, pretty cool idea for that to happen. Hmm.
Mm. This is
Now,
thing they could. These are always things they could integrate into the series to kind of bring a fresh take on Pokemon.
Oh, yeah, we look at Pal World. That's a concept, and we won't go further into that. But yeah, hopefully Gen 10 they're working on. Here is a beta version of the Pokedex of Gen 5. There's the garbage Pokemon you were talking about.
Uh,
Like like some of these you can recognize because there's like Superior. I forget the little pig's name. Some of these designs look crazy. Cause the rock one there, that he ends up holding like steel girders and all that now later on. Wow.
yeah, it's usually always the concept always is a lot better than the finished product majority of the time.
Give or take. Scrafty. Scrafty went from that blue looking thing into the other one. Oh, and there's your garbage Pokemon. The initial concepts of things seem still the same. It's like the color variants just changed. Very
Yeah, some of
interesting.
them kind of lazy.
Well, I mean, these are just
Like
concepts for the
yeah, like the
finished
deer,
project.
like the deer Pokemon that basically stays the same. It just grows a bush on its head.
Well, it goes with the seasons. That's what it really does.
And what is this? A cloud? It turns into a bigger cloud into a two-headed cloud.
Oh no, that's an ice cream cone.
Oh,
I forget its name. But like towards there's like Hydreigon's original like concept was right there. Very weird. Like it standing or whatever, but it's floating in these images. Or I mean, it's standing instead of floating. Let's see. You had the original sword variants, and then the genie Pokemon look super crazy. Wow. They had feet. That's weird.
is that the one that had looks like a chandelier?
Which one? Oh, let me
It's
look up.
right down the little the purple and black one.
Oh no, that's one of the legendary genies.
Yeah, but I say the first I like the middle design better than I do this. I
Yeah,
guess it's ultimate form.
that one. These are concept. The middle one's Thunderous. The far right one is
A,
Landorus,
sh-
and the other one is Tornadus. First
a
one,
chandelier.
it's not Chandelier, you goofball. Then there's
Like that's what it
Reshiram,
looks like.
and there's a Chandelier Pokemon. Then there's Reshiram and Zekarom's form. What the hell is that last one? That one looks like a Pokemon or a Digimon almost. There's Ginsect. Wow, they had some.
Some
Wow,
crazy concept designs for a lot of these.
yeah. There's Victini. There's the fourth Justice Sword.
Oh, these some of the I guess Pokemon trainers too,
Yeah,
or concepts.
yeah. These are like the early concepts for the Cut Gen 5 concepts and all that. That's pretty crazy. Just the creative process.
Yeah, just probably just making stuff and then going through revisions and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, they always do. All right, here's the next one. This is a storyboard for Omega Ruby and Omega Sapphire. Oh, this one's got Kyogre in it. Huh. I can't read Japanese, so no
People out
translating
there,
for you
people out there in the audience, translate for us and put it in the comments.
if you can. Huh. Oh, okay. That's the Sapphire acting to Kyogre. That's pretty cool. I mean, whew.
I know they've had good concepts. They just kind of gotten lazy and just don't want to innovate.
Yeah, the quality has definitely gotten bad, as you can tell over the years, because Sword and Shield is pretty bad, and Scarlet and Violet got bad. Now here's some walking animation someone like redid. They animated it actually on some of these. You got Raikou, then you got Suicunes like walking and running animations. These are like really cool. Surprising. Well, I'm sure there's an Entei one around somewhere. Then in the tweet, there's a Typhlosion, I believe, walking animation. Yeah, it's a walk cycle. They've concept wise, a lot of things are great, but execution, some of the newer generations has been pretty bad. Ugh. All right, now this is going to be the last leak we look at, basically, of anything. This is going to be a beta UI we'll show. I don't want the music playing. But this was for Gen 5 UI beta test. That, as you can tell, like how this is obviously for the DS, but concept wise, man, that's pretty interesting. They were going for in this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely looks interesting. Pokeball,
Pokedex.
your license. I'm not sure what that is. It's like a purse.
It's the item bag.
And yeah, I guess this probably is your Pokemon list or your
Yep.
inventory.
Yep.
And I'm not sure what that's probably like settings or something. The
Yeah.
tool, the hammer, and the wrench down there.
Yeah, it's for your settings and such. Ooh, this menu is I know it's the beta, but ooh, and fix some of it. Like how one of them is just an image of the Pokemon. Overall, I mean, there's all the badges. Oh, not bad. I mean,
Yeah,
well,
I'm gonna say that's why they call them concepts.
oh yes. Now, my heart definitely goes out to the employees affected by the major leak, because I mean, my goodness.
Somebody probably, if they found out who opened it up, they probably got a good talking to.
Oh, whoever that was definitely probably got fired. Because I mean, you allowing such a major data breach is
It makes no sense because why would you just be opening a random email?
it must have been really convincing. You know, some phishing emails are. I ran into a couple that looked very convincing, but I knew it was fake. But I mean, it looked very convincing. That's some of them just are, but
Yeah, so I just wouldn't be opening that at work.
yeah, definitely. Because I mean, Nintendo of all companies, and any of their subsidiaries are like everything's on lockdown almost. I mean, leaks. We'll say and I'm air quoting here, official leaks slowly get put out by somebody they want to let it happen. Get talking or stuff happen, but Nintendo's usually not for that. But all the stuff and well, here's the thing: what really confirmed the leak was because of the data breach of employment data in Japan. If that happens, you have to put that kind of statement out. Anything like trade secrets or anything, no, they will not confirm that whatsoever.
And that would be, yeah, but that would be a lawsuit to whoever tried to share that stuff.
Well, someone's about to get their up and comings on that.
Well, if they can find out who it is.
All right, now we're going to pivot over to another topic for the podcast, which is Twitch. with weird bans again. Now this is going to be about Asmongold. Some of y'all will like him, some of you won't. We're only here to talk about the situation within itself. Legal Mindset has done a very nice breakdown and summary of this for us. Now, there's another situation we'll talk briefly a little bit about because this has gone on far too long. Is that VTubers were getting just random.
All right, so let's not spoil.
Sorry about that. They were getting randomly banned and everything for like it made no sense. It's like, oh, your avatar's models hips need to be covered now and all this and the new TOS. It's like, oh my goodness. But yet you will have people on Twitch that are doing like black bar over their breasts with people's like tag or whatever as fan signs and just like not get anything. You've had people do
And
the deed.
lingerie.
I was gonna say they've had people do the deed on there and only got banned for 3 days. You've had people, as you said, being lingerie. I've seen some ladies, they have like the most questionable outfits on because it's very hard to consider those almost article of clothings. And then they'll have a mirror behind them or a see-through chair that has a camera pointing at their butt. I mean, there was one she was wearing, I believe, a G-string that was the equivalent of dental floss. But she got banned for a couple of days for that. I was like, these are some of the most bannable offenses on the planet. What the hell? And then I will mention this fairly. This will probably be mentioned in the video, but some of y'all know who I believe he is a political commentator, Hassan, who is legitimately has said this for the record. America deserved 9/11 and all that, and has said various other statements. I'm not going to go far too down, but he has also interviewed actual like pirates, because I don't want to say the other word, on actual live Twitch, and I'm like pretty sure that breaks TOS. Amongst other things he has said, not received a ban once. Now, Asmongold made a statement, which we'll let play in the video. We'll let Mr. Mindset go over it as well. But he will point out the exact statement which got Asmongold banned for 2 weeks. But I think what Asmongold shouldn't have done was like apologize. But
No, he shouldn't have.
Because there are groups of each religion that are extremists and will do violent things to people. He could have worded this a lot better, but we'll see.
Spoil the news here and kind of play with this too long. So Asmon has been banned on Twitch.
I do agree with Legal Mindset on what he said. It's not what he said. It was just that one little snippet that when he basically said they were an inferior culture. That's what hit him right there with the TOS.
Yes.
I think if he hadn't worded it that way, I think he still would have been fine.
Yep.
But Twitch has always been like that. They've always been more catering to the Twitch thoughts because they bring them a lot of money. And they know we can't, if we ban these people off this platform, we're going to lose a lot of money. So it's
not really. Because, I mean, like Iron Mouse is a good example. Before we don't need to veer off topic too much. She has the most subs over KSI. So, all right. But we're going to let this statement play. We're going to stay on topic here.
Reviewing this was right before he read the tweet that I tweeted out. So actually, this links to my my Twitter. And then we're gonna maybe have to rewind, but I just want to see, is anything he said in here illegal? And then we'll talk about the TOS.
If you want to consider a genocide as a systematic killing of a group of people, they have genocide built into Sharia law right now. So no, I'm not going to cry a fucking river when people who have genocide that's baked into their laws are getting genocided. I don't give a fuck. They're terrible people. It's not even a question. It's crazy that people don't see it that way. They'd be doing the same thing. And how much did they kill? As many as they can. They're not able to kill as many people as Israel because they don't have as many bombs and as many weapons. But if they did, they'd be doing the same thing. That's it. Just takes enough. That's right. These people are not your allies. They are not the same as us. They come from an inferior culture that is horrible. It kills people for their identity, and it is directly antithetical to everything Western values stand for, and it is an inferior culture in all ways.
Now, okay. In the portion of the video I'll let play for our audience to hear, this is straight from Asmongold, so y'all have the full context of the statement that he has said. The part that got him was, as we discussed a little bit earlier, was saying the culture was inferior, which does break TOS. And now, because of this, the apology was half. I don't even call it an apology. It's half baked apology. I don't know if you saw. I believe it's in this video further, but we may not look at it, give or take.
Oh no, I've seen the whole. It was like a 20-some minute video.
Yeah,
And I did agree. Like he doesn't really. He apologizes somewhat, but it's not really like a full-throated apology.
It's like, sorry I said it, but it's still being an asshole at the same time. And as a result,
it was more so him just saying what he had to say to protect his brand and his business interests.
all right, folks. I've skipped to the part where y'all can see Asmongold's apology. He goes, looking back on it, I was a bit too much of an asshole about the Palestine thing. My bad. Of course, no one deserves to have their life destroyed, even if they do things or have views I find regressive. You guys deserve more than that, than me saying stupid shit like that. I'll do better. Okay, that's, in all honesty, throughout this whole year, I swear, it's like every month, Asmongold is like being canceled. Sometimes I'll watch some of his clips just to hear an opinion on something if I can't find something quick in the morning to listen to on the way to work. But I mean, like he is a just straight up will no holes barred give you the full honest opinion he has, which I find a nice quality about him, but also can hurt you at the same time. Mr. Chris?
Mm-hmm. Nah, his mistake was that he apologized, because now they're gonna hold that over his head. Anytime he steps out of line, they know that they can force him into an apology. And Asmongold is like PewDiePie. This man's got more money than Jesus. Like if he didn't want to stream anymore, he could just be like, "I'm calling it quits," and going on with his life, and he's not losing out on anything.
Pretty much. Well, he did step away from his leadership positions at Starforge and OTK at the moment.
But that's typical. That's typical script running for apology. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm stepping away for a little bit to work on myself. Yada 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 yada. I'll be back in about 3 months after I go on vacation. Like
Well, to
Dr.
be
Disrespect.
well, there's a lot more to his situation, but to be fair, Asmongold does need to clean his room. Jordan Peterson probably just come up to him and was like, "Bro, what the hell? Clean your room."
But he's already been suffering, because if you look at his social blade, I believe after that apology video, he lost like 10,000 subscribers, and I think he was starting to hemorrhage a couple of thousand a day.
Yeah, but I
Because
mean, go ahead.
people like, well, you can't if you already should know, with Asmongold should already know, if you're gonna make those kind of statements and have these counter opinions that go against a certain particular party, then you got to be willing to take the consequences that come with that and be just like, yeah, I said it, and I ain't taking it back.
I mean, he has. But I mean, I guess this was the final straw, broke the camel's back on this one. It was just kind of crazy to me to see, honestly. Now, all right. Now we're going to go to a bit more of the Hassan part because we're going to play a few clips in this video. Yes, I know I'm using Legal Mindsets video, but all the clips are just collected in here, which just made it a lot easier. So, but we'll let Mr. Legal Mindset explain a little bit on the. But I'll have this video in the link. We're gonna go to the Hassan part here, and let me find it. Here we go.
Show, right? So you had this guy, this 19-year-old Yemeni pirate, this Houthi pirate, right? People were calling him the hot Houthi, right? Brought him
Oh, it's a Yemen
the
pirate,
show, right? And of course, we're talking about hard-hitting topics, right? And let me actually, I want to show you the actual video. I couldn't fucking believe this when I saw it. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. This is what was asked during the interview with the Houthi. Now, of course, this wasn't everything, but I'm just gonna play this out.
Okay, this is a stupid question. Okay, you can preface it with that. Does he know what One Piece is?
One Piece, like, is that an organization?
No, One Piece is an anime.
Oh, okay. اول شيء بقول لك انه ممكن هذا السؤال يكون شوي اهبل، بس بسالك تعرف شو هو ون بيس؟ عمرك سمعت بون بيس؟
اكيد يعني منذ الطفوله وانا اشاهد ون بيس لوفي.
Is it Luffy?
Yeah, he said he's been watching it since he was a kid.
No way!
Yeah.
That's sick. Yes, that's fire. That's
So asking the hard-hitting questions to an actual terrorist.
So, in that one clip of the pirate is famous TikToker, 19-year-old. I ain't gonna go into the full details of like he shouldn't even be doing this stuff. It's crazy situation on that side of the world. I don't know all of it, so I'm not gonna go into any crazy detail. The comments can shove it on the opinion on that, but the fact that like Hassan openly interviews like a known pirate on Twitch and gets no repercussions of that whatsoever burns me too much. It shakes me to my core, and I hate it. I hate that this issue of Twitch not doing or enforcing this TOS properly for years, and I want to go slightly back around, like misgiving bans, suspensions to like VTubers, other content creators that didn't deserve it, and not given a reason. It's been the most asinine thing I've had to deal with the site, and almost why I've almost dropped the site completely at this point. And it's just gone. I'm about to strictly do YouTube because I know what to deal with YouTube. But
Well, no, I've been considering it myself, basically not doing Twitch and basically just doing Kick and YouTube. And because Kick is pretty much Twitch. It's just not as you get a better pay split.
Yep.
And you could probably get noticed on Kick faster than you probably can Twitch, because Twitch only seems to promote a lot of the bigger creators. They don't really mess with smaller creators.
yeah, they have no discoverability. Kick seems to have a better go on that, which is interesting from what I was reading. But I don't know. It's
I've been thinking about it. I just haven't really made it sick because I just did all that work with the emotes and all that stuff over there. It's like, and I'll pay for all that stuff with the emotes, and then doing all my alerts. But
It's
even with
not.
that, I think YouTube and Kick and Rumble and all these other platforms are gonna basically eventually take over Twitch.
We'll definitely see. Truly, I hope, because I know the statement Asmongold put out. I think I listened to part of it. He definitely plans on cleaning his room. I was like, thank God. Man, you've been needing to clean that for God knows how long. He's not going to hire a cleaner, so this will be interesting to see what he does in 2
Well, he
weeks.
didn't say that. He said he would attempt to not hire a cleaner.
My brother needs to hire a cleaner. The roaches evolved into spiders. Oh, man.
Yeah, so
Oh,
I think somebody had sent me that clip of a cockroach crawling on him in the middle of a stream.
He lives in an old house. So, I mean, once in a blue moon, a cockroach showing up in your house or like crawling on you, it's not out of the norm to me because I've lived in old houses, but they were clean. This man makes the Nurgle from 40K look clean. And to help you out, Mr. Chris, Nurgle is the chaos god of like disease and all that. So that's a big comparison. But
The more you know.
well, folks, that's gonna be it for this episode. Any final thoughts, Mr. Chris?
Uh, if you're gonna be on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, whatever, just be yourself. And if you're gonna be that person that's gonna stand on your square and basically speak the truth, don't apologize to these people. Because once you do that, it's over with. People know they can never come to you to get an honest opinion because you'll always back down. So just understand that stuff is gonna come your way when you speak the truth, and just stand strong on what you believe in, and it'll pass over. These people sit up here and go after everybody, and the people that basically stand firm on what they said, after a couple of days, they just go on to the next person because they don't really care about fixing this stuff. They just want to have stuff to bitch about.
Pretty much. Just be yourself. Don't worry about the numbers. And just make the content that you want to see. Because sometimes the content might not be out there. But other than that, folks, we'll catch y'all next time.
Y'all have a good night, morning, afternoon. We'll see y'all later.